is Ruel's Running Podcast, a podcast about running, health, family, play, and an NSNG lifestyle. And now, here's your host, Ruel.
Excuse me as I rock on. That's Went Away by Dorothy Lane. Dorothy Lane out of Martinez, California. That's out of the Cut and Dry album. Check them out at DorothyLaneMusic.com. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ruel's Running Podcast. I'm your host, Ruel. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. If you are a return listener, welcome back. If you are a new listener, hey, welcome. I'm doing fine. As well. Thank you for asking. Yeah. God, let's just get right into it. What's cooking, y'all? What is cooking? I'm driving as usual, but wanted to, record an episode and make sure that I get to share. So we're starting off with cooking. I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit for the most current food-related stuff in my brain. Recently, I'm pretty excited. This has nothing to do with cooking, but it has to do with food. Recently, I picked up a bag of coffee, ground coffee from a store. And it's basically coffee with adaptogenic mushrooms, like a whole set of various mushrooms. I'm pretty excited about it. It's Laird brand. Laird meaning like Laird Hamilton, the athlete, surf guy, I guess. I know so much about Laird. He's the surf guy, and he has coffee. But I'm pretty excited because my wife's been enjoying her mushroom hot chocolate, and I don't want to get hot chocolate because there's sugar in it, but I want to test out the benefits of the mushrooms, and I was looking for just straight up mushroom powder, and didn't have any luck. But it wasn't like a huge priority, for me. And so just recently at the store, it was a Sprouts supermarket, and I went there with my wife because I just was curious to see what sort of things they've got at their vitamin section. Been looking around for, what else could I take? Haven't purchased vitamins from there in a while, and I was just looking around, didn't find anything. Oh, found a Bara, 100% dark chocolate, yummy. That one, that I had a small little square, delicious, perfect, no sugar. I love the taste of 100% cacao. It's nice, and it's as it's intended. A little bit of bitter, unsweet, so good. Taste what cacao is really about. Anyways, so I was about to check out, and the name caught my eye for the coffee because I'm very familiar with Laird Hamilton. So I took a closer look, and I saw mushrooms, and I read further and noticed that it was just coffee and the mushrooms, nothing else. No, I don't know, no fancy and sugar, and more importantly, sugary stuff in it. So I'll report back when I give that a shot, how it goes, how it tastes, if I did well with it, if I notice, any difference with I don't know, my mood, my brain, my sleep. I don't know what mushrooms are supposed to do. Because I'm very informed. Yeah, what else? Yeah. Cooking-wise, nothing fancy. Stuff's pretty simple. Been throwing burgers, throwing steaks on a cast iron pan, and in between I'm doing fish, either sardines in water from in a tin, and or I'll cut up some tuna steaks and eat it sashimi style or poke style. Yeah. So and I've pretty much it's been, I don't know, what is it? 9-10 days now, maybe 10 days. I've been pretty good at avoiding carbs, like from rice and bread and potatoes. The only veggies that I've been getting in have been like cabbage, which is fermented in the form of kimchi. I'll chop up some onions because I'll want to have that with my poke. Yeah, fruit-wise, I've had minimal berries. I've had avocado. Been eating, like, every once in a while, like dill pickle spears. Yeah, nothing fancy. Been kind of minimal on my heavy cream. As I take a swig of my coffee. Yeah, I've just been focusing on, keeping away those extra carbs. Been focusing on eating my steak and fish. Yeah, and just minimizing the heavy cream. I've been having a little bit of butter in my coffee along with the coconut oil. I enjoy that, just sort of to have an alternative fat in my coffee. I've also been trying to minimize the coffee, because there was a time where I was getting ridiculous, and I was doing too many espressos in a serving. So I had to catch myself and while I'm spending the time being more mindful about my nutrition and my diet and fitness and whatnot. So, yeah. Nothing fancy. Yeah, nothing fancy. It's funny because the other night the family went out for dinner, went to a Five Guys Burgers, and I didn't order anything for myself. Got stuff for everybody else. One kid likes, their regular burgers, which is a double patty burger. The other likes it just a single with cheese, so a cheeseburger. The other just likes a plain hamburger. They all like to share fries. My wife got like a bacon cheeseburger without the bun on a bowl. So, yeah, and I just sat there just watching the family eat. And it must have been like a little after 8 o'clock, so I hadn't eaten anything yet either. So what we did do is, let's transition into exercise. This was last night, as a matter of fact. We got home from the burger place, and I went straight to the kitchen, and I threw a frozen tuna steak in a container of water just to thaw it out a little bit. So I stuck it in the water, and I went to the garage and I worked out. And lately I've been doing a few things to help me with strength and exercise and whatnot. I'd I do like a good 8-10 minutes on the jump rope while I'm in the garage, and then I may I'll do the TRX straps, or I'll do kettlebells, or I'll do the heavy bag. So I did the jump rope last night, and then I moved into TRX straps, and I'll do, I forgot how many minutes I do with that stuff. It might be like 15-20 minutes. There's a whole circuit of stuff, and I cheat. I'll let somebody else figure out a routine, and on YouTube, I don't let them. Someone else has figured out a routine, and they've shared it on YouTube, and if I like whatever content they have, I'll just save it for a watch later, and then I'll use that whenever I'm ready. So I'll just turn on a video and follow along. There's none of those things where the guy or the girl is talking about a whole lot. It's just a dude on a wooden deck outside with his TRX straps, and there's some light music, sort of instrumental music playing in the background, and he just goes through the routine set. He doesn't even talk. He just kind of like gives a thumbs up at the end, right? Perfect. Do that. And then have another video that has me go through a set of ab exercises, 10 movements, and I haven't spent a whole lot of time doing ab stuff, not since when I used to do martial arts. So it's good. Do the rope, do the jump rope, do the TRX straps, and then do the ab work. So spent, I don't know, must have been 40 minutes total. I can't do the math. Not a lot of time, but a good workout nonetheless. Then I'll all sweaty and hot, and I'll make my way back to the kitchen, wash my hands, and take out the tuna steak and start preparing it. Last night I prepared it poke style in my own way, so I just chopped up the tuna, had some chopped onions in it, chopped jalapeno, some Kona sea salt, a little bit of no soy sauce, and a little bit of sesame seed oil, and some sesame seeds. Then mixed that all up. Then covered it with plastic wrap, stuck it in the fridge, made my way upstairs to take a cold shower. That's something else I've been doing, is integrating the alternative to the ice bath is do the cold shower. So what I've noticed with the cold shower is I've become more resilient to the cold now, and I've done it before, and so I know it's a good way to sort of condition, I guess, the nervous system and stuff. So I'll do that, then go back downstairs and break out the fish that I had previously prepared and be good. I'll enjoy it with a side of kimchi, and there's no rice, there's none of that, so pretty good. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. And regarding the workouts, I've been finding enjoyment with having the workouts at home. The old me used to think that I had to spend most of my time running to get that, but at my age, and I'm 51. I know I sound like I'm 12, but at my age, I'm just learning and paying attention to how I can stand to be better off with greater strength in my legs, greater flexibility, all, not just for better overall fitness and health, but, I have a back issue. So if I could do these things to better support my back, then that means I don't have to walk around like I'm a crippled old man. So, yeah. The other exercises that I switch up on are if I'm not doing, let's say if I'm not doing the TRX bands or straps, I'm doing a set of exercises with the kettlebells, and those I really enjoy as well. Same thing, I have saved a video of some guy on YouTube who kind of goes through a workout and really digging it. When I, for a long time, I've just been in bad shape. I've felt like I've aged pretty quickly. I've been out of shape, not feeling my best. When the family would go out and do stuff, and whenever there are photo opportunities, like, if we go to Disney or on a cruise or whatever, and we're taking family photos, and I look at myself, I'm like, oh my God, what have I become, not happy. And so not trying to be too kind of depressed about it, just accepting it and trying to figure out ways I could, improve myself and change and get healthy or stay healthy. And that includes strong. There was for starters, last year Halloween was the last time I had alcohol. I had a drink of alcohol. And, for a long time, my drink of choice had been bourbon. And for a long time, in that time frame, it seemed like I was fine with it, right? But for some reason, last Halloween, it didn't sit right. And meaning, I didn't seem to handle it. And I wasn't happy after that evening about how I was. And I realized, and I had quit on and off, and, to me it was a problem. And that night, it really kind of was clear that I'm absolutely done. I'm not messing around anymore. I'm done. It doesn't serve me anymore. There's nothing about it that I need to hold on to, or there's nothing about it that benefits me. I mean, for me, there's multiple reasons why I needed to quit, or I needed that to be part of my regaining health. One was, it just was too much. There were days where there were like evenings where I would always have a couple of drinks, right? And I would say that I could handle it because at no point did I feel like I was drunk because of it. I was just, for some reason, I was just enjoying the liquid, like a cigar smoker enjoys a cigar. Just sit down and have it and then move on. It's nothing, but, as that happened, as I drank and as I also did not exercise, there are things about me that I figured were tied to my unhealth. One was my eyes were bloodshot. pretty bad. Another was it felt like I was losing hair right on top of my head, right? That plus, the typical, I'm putting on weight, I have a gut. Just not good, all in it, and just the weight alone, when that gets packed on, you just start to look older. I start to look older than I actually am. So by finally calling it quits, I'm like, okay, I like to think, now I could heal my body in the inside, meaning I can only imagine that my liver, I don't really have an issue, but I can imagine like my liver's like, thank God, now I can rest. I can get healthy again. I could, all my organs could be like, yeah, I'm about pretty much 11 months in, so I like to imagine it's like 11 months of healing my insides. And, a couple weeks ago, I ran a 35K trail run. And I kind of used that as a reset point, to my fitness and other parts of my health. So, I basically ran myself pretty hard and pretty long. And as I recovered, and it took 3 or 4 days for me to feel, okay with my movement, going down and up the stairs, and my knees, feeling not so sore, because I basically put myself in a state of inflammation, right? And running that past 35K was not my most optimal self running these types of events, and I opted for, because of my lack of fitness, I opted for sugar during aid stations and things. I'd have like Cokes, soda, because I knew that I would need it. I would need that sugar to sort of trick my brain to temporarily feel that I'm good until until I progress to the next aid station. So like every 4 or 5, 6 miles, there's an aid station. So I knew that by consuming all of that sugar on that day, that my body was going to have to deal with it. Physically, the amount of strain and that I put my body through, but also a level of whatever you want to call it, the sugar, whatever, however my system was taxed, so feeling the soreness and all of the inflammation was expected. So, but after the 4 or 5 days after the event, I was just more on a trajectory. Of okay, I'm gonna carry on a certain direction. So I just made a conscious decision. Okay, I'm going to now toughen my body so that whenever I find myself in another event, I'm stronger. I'm more resilient. I could handle it, and work on my nutrition. As I work on that, have it be part of my program to heal my body, from all of the neglect, right, and abuse, right? So, and a week after I ran the event, I went to the doctor, did a wellness visit, and I had just standard blood work, and everything came out exactly what I imagined, that I exhibited signs of being pre-diabetic, right? I'm like, I could fix that, right? And then immediately just just eating meat, having no carbs, and checking my blood regularly multiple times a day. And I'm like, yeah, like, your blood sugar is good. I'm producing, ketones, and I'm operating with more energy. So, I'm going to reach out to the medical person that I was working with and say, hey, it'll be in about a month from the last visit. Can I do another check? Because I'd like to see what the A1Cs look like, given that I've spent a whole recent month super clean, but those results and just so many reasons now it seemed like the right opportunity to just go in this trajectory of let's get back into fitness, let's get strong, let's eat right and improve, and hopefully I can drop some good weight and put on some good muscle. I mean, earlier today I was driving around with my wife and I told her, like, as I continue working on kind of fixing myself, one of the things that I'm looking forward to doing is being able to pull my wedding ring off my finger, because my fingers had gotten so swollen and fat enough that I just couldn't pull my ring out. And at its worst, sometimes it would just feel really uncomfortable. Like if I ate something that was just that caused my body to like swell up and be inflamed, it would kind of be uncomfortable. And right after I said that, I just started tugging on my ring and pulled it right out. I'm like, whoa! All the swelling in my finger and my knuckle kind of came down, and I was able to pull it out. So, a small little sign, that I'm moving in the direction that I need to be. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The very fact that I'm trying to going through in this direction is helpful, and it's a sign that my mind is better off. And if my mind isn't right, then I'm not motivated to do all these things with diet and exercise. And in the past, where I was challenged sort of being in the right state of mind, it kind of made sense, because if I was spending a lot of time drinking, that's the reason why, right? So, looking forward to a month from now when I could declare I've been free of drinking alcohol for a whole year, and as a start, Yep, pretty good. So, not a whole lot more to cover. Pretty done. So, thanks guys for hearing me out. I hope it meant something to somebody. So appreciate you. Go out and run something. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Ruel's Running Podcast with Ruel. If you like what you just heard, share it with your friends and your enemies. Also, be sure to check out the site over at ruelsrunning.com. This has been another Coffee with Heavy Cream production. Join us next time for another silly show of Ruel's Running Podcast.